My name is the Grouch. I come from the group Living Legends. I also have projects with the Grouch and Eli, Zion I and the Grouch. Um, what else? I'm working with my brother Pure Powers. We got a new album coming out. I got an album with Casual from Hieroglyphics coming out. And we just released our first Living Legends album in 15 years in November. And so we're touring it and doing dates at events like this right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Reverie project. Got the Reverie project.
Reverie as well. That's my sister. We got 3 projects, and we got a new one on the way.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Living Legends started with members from Journeyman and Melancholy
Yep.
Gypsies.
Yep.
Can you discuss how the group initially came together and what sparked the collaboration?
Mystic Journeyman was an independent underground hip hop group in the mid 90s, and they're from Oakland and Los Angeles. 2 members, Sunspot Jones and Lucky I Am, and they taught me everything I know about releasing independent music. So we started by recording our albums at home on a 4-track recorder and then dubbing tapes on a dual cassette deck from one to the next, and then going to Kinko's, making covers, and then going out on the street and selling them for $5 and then $10 and then $15 to fund worldwide travel before the internet. And yeah, that's what we did. Word of mouth, pass the word, man, hand to hand, human to human, all across the globe.
It's the way.
Yep.
So LA Weekly has cited you as one of the biggest success stories in indie rap. What do you attribute to your success in an industry that is often dominated by major labels?
Crazy. We've never taken any funding from any major label. We're almost 30 years in the game. It's been very difficult to penetrate any mainstream avenues, and we're okay with that. We do grassroots, word of mouth, and it's been a struggle. It's been a fight. If you don't take money from the white man's corporation, then you're not going to get put into the conversation. And we forced ourselves into the conversation, just human to human, word of mouth, hand to hand. And we've been doing it for almost 30 years. And I'm very proud of that. And it's a fight always to figure out what's the new way to distribute your music and get it across the world. You know, nowadays we can upload it and it's worldwide in an instant. That doesn't mean that it's going to be promoted. That doesn't mean that it's going to be celebrated. But lucky for us, we've got a solid grassroots foundation and fan base, and we've been able to sustain as musicians independently, fully independently, which is rare. Yeah.
Very rare. How has Living Legends sound evolved since the 90s, and what influences have driven these changes?
Okay, we started, like I said, with a 4-track recorder, which is an analog cassette tape, and you only have 4 tracks, so you take 2 tracks for a stereo beat, and then you have 2 tracks for vocals. And so we have an 8-man group. I might, on track 1, lay Sunspot Jones, and then track 2, Lucky I Am, and then go back to track 1 for Eli, and then go back to track 2 for the Grouch, and we'll build our songs like that. And then from there, it came to a point of digital recording, and how can we make these songs sound more professional than the last ones. And we went on a whole trip. Okay.
You're still good.
All right.
Sorry. You can keep
It's
going.
fine. So we went on a whole mission of like how to get better sound quality. How can we sound like Dr. Dre, you know? And so we followed that path. We went from ADAT, we went from DAT, we went to Pro Tools and all that stuff. And we like home recording. I never was a person who recorded my stuff in a major studio. I always do it at home. I write still to this day on paper, and record at home. We have nice microphones, we have nice compressors, and we try to elevate the sound quality, but at the same time keep the original feel of independent recording and doing things our own way.
Okay. And you just talked about a lot of how you do things your guys' own way and
Yep.
everything. Can you describe your group's songwriting and production process and how you manage to align so many creative voices so well?
We have 8 rappers in our group originally, and so a lot of our music in the past has been, we'll take 1, 2, or 3 verses from each guy. 16 bar verses is kind of like the standard in music. So you got a 16 bar verse, chorus, 16 bar verse, chorus. But as time has gone on, people have lower attention spans. Music has just grown over the last 100 years in such an amazing dynamic way that we're all getting new music every single day. And so nowadays, we've kind of said 8 bars is the new 16 because we have 8 rappers and we don't want every song to be 16 minutes, So we've perfected like an 8 bar delivery system for our big group Living Legends. And then if you want to hear me rap more, then you can listen to my solo shit, Yeah.
And the group took a significant break before releasing The Return. How did this time apart affect the group dynamic and the music you create?
Okay, so there's 8 members in our group, and not everybody is on the same trajectory as far as output. And I've stayed consistent with my brother Eli, my brother Merce. Certain members of Living Legends have had less of an output, but that's okay because we're all different. We're all human beings, and we all grow at our own paces. And it's like, other guys in the group may have other interests besides music, And so we come together as like a group collaborative effort. And after The Return, as you mentioned, is our first record in 15 years. And so that's a big thing for me. I had a lot of people pass in my life. I did music with Zion I, and my brother Zumbi passed from Zion I. And then I seen members of my collective family like Black Alicious, Gift of Gab passed, Shock G from Digital Underground passed. And I said, man, all my artists are still here in my group, Living Legends. Let's get the band back together,
Very
And
Blues
so,
Brothers.
so it's like I feel like we have a voice, and I feel like we have something to offer to the world. So part of me was like, let's do it. We're here. Let's bring it to the people again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So after nearly 15 years, what motivated the group to come back together and release this new album?
I mean, a lot of that I kind of just spoke on, and I'm not going to toot my own horn and say it was just me, but I got together with a couple of guys from the group and I said, hey man, like, it's been a long time. People still love our music. Let's give them something new. That's it.
And considering the changes in the music industry, especially with streaming and digital media, how has Living Legends adapted its approach to music production and distribution? Because you guys used to be, like you said,
Hand to
and
hand.
foot.
Yeah, hand to hand. We have a distributor. We're going through Empire Distribution, which started as an independent distributor. And Ghazi built that platform, and we're going through that. I don't know. We're creative artists. That's what we know how to do, and that's what is in our hearts and our souls. And we want to share our stories with the people. And so there was no real good reason why we stopped for 15 years. And so we all came back to the drawing board and said, what are we doing? Let's make some more music for the people.
And what advice would you give an upcoming artist? 5 minutes.
Okay.
What advice would you give any upcoming artists that wanted to stay independent in the hip hop industry currently to this, like right now, coming in?
I would say tell the truth, be yourself, and there's a there's a space for everybody to offer their voice. And so tune into your intuition, tune into what God is helping you channel, and write that in your lyrics. Write what's real to you in your lyrics and put it out into the world.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Thank you for doing this interview for us. We are the Living Legends. We're independent. We are lovers of music. We are lovers of love. And we are here to spread consciousness to Earth.
Okay, dude. Thank
Yep.
you.